wearing this outfit, her shit just hanging out, and her under it put so much emphasis on her like her her basement area. Like it put so much emphasis on it. Like so, the one time I'm watching this show, it's a comedy, but it's like killing all that. So
it's some pornody.
So of course, like I'm watching, and the one time Kay was like, you know, what you watching? Let me come down. It's this. So I was just like, yep, like this one I watch. She like, bro, like what the hell is this? I was like,
you showed her, nigga. I couldn't.
I was watching it. I was like, why would you? Shit. Like, why not? I'm already watching it. Might as well.
No, nigga, there's some shows and animes. If people are coming over, nigga, you turn off. Anime can be nigga, you don't understand. Anime can be a weird place, a dangerous place.
Push a baby out, like it is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a woman.
He got a point. It would look sketchier if he clicked off and was like, "I'm not watching nothing."
Yeah, like he
would have been like, "What the fuck?"
I'm watching some little animated titties. You want to come watch it with me or no?
Bro,
At this point, that's how I be feeling.
They show everything. The only thing it don't show is like the down area. But other than that, it show everything else. I'm like, the way this anime is, I'm like, they might as well show everything.
It's like soft porn.
It basically is. It's basically like HBO porn.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I was scrolling like Instagram Reels and somebody showed like a clip of it in there. Mm-hmm. And I was watching, like, what the hell is this? And I seen people like comment, like, bro, this shit was funny as hell watching this show, blah, blah. So I was like, you know, let me go check it out and see if it's on Crunchyroll. It's on Crunchyroll. I'm like, bet. I got time to kill, so I might as well just sit watch. I start watching it, and I was laughing at the show, but I'm like, bro, like, they might as well just show everything at this point. Like,
that's how you feel about HBO.
But before I do the intro, one of the HBO porns, you remember the I Love New York show?
Yes.
Remember the dude Buddha who won the second season or whatever?
I want to say yeah.
The dude who won the second season was actually in one of the HBO porns.
Oh damn! See, it was just one about they had one about 3 witches.
This is a real thing.
Yeah,
the HBO porn.
The HBO porn. Yeah. Josh, we keep forgetting. You're too young for this.
I don't remember this either.
Y'all don't remember HBO porn? Cat House? All the little porn? They come on after 1 a.m. All the porn starts showing?
Real
I remember Girls Gone Wild, like seeing clips of that.
All right, hold on. Let me do the intro.
Girls Gone Wild, though? They only really had that on Spike, and you really ain't see it. They was just
you would have to order that.
They lift it up and they have pow, pow. Like,
that's the OnlyFans before, way before OnlyFans.
Hold on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the StruggleHolics podcast, episode 157. Yeah, as you can tell, we was talking about porn before this, so we're talking about softcore porn.
Gotta blur all these P words, brother.
Corn.
We ain't sponsored yet, so it don't matter. We are your host, Clayton.
Jay Smooth.
Mondo.
Alisha.
Yeah, but I'm like, I keep forgetting Josh's so much younger. When you had like the Comcast movie channels, or like if you had Wow
HBO,
or DirecTV,
Showtime, Max,
yeah, if you had any of those movie channels, late at night, 1:30 a.m. hit. All the movies on.
Max and HBO had the heat. Showtime ain't really had no heat for real.
It wasn't even that was freaky. It was like I'll be watching a movie like Scott Pilgrim would be like on HBO or on Showtime.
Tell the truth. Like,
no, Scott Pilgrim or something. Scott Pilgrim would be like on Showtime, Max, HBO at night, like 9 o'clock at night. So I'll be laying in bed watching it, fall asleep. And then, you know, when you fall asleep, you wake up in the middle of the night, whatever, if your TV on, I'll wake up in the middle of the night. 2 people going at it. So it's like, what the hell is
porn?
So some soft erotic music?
Yeah. It'll play soft music. You'll see them like fucking. You just don't see the down area, but you see the titties and everything.
The fucking was so weak because it wasn't even
HBO?
like fucking. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was like fuck because like they bodies never came apart.
I never knew that.
So it's like they was damn near grinding with each other.
They were probably like,
was this before they went mainstream?
They been mainstream. What you mean, Josh?
Well, I mean, like HBO been mainstream. Like it was the premium channel.
If you got Comcast now, you probably can go on demand, HBO special.
I don't even think on demand a thing anymore.
I don't even know either.
Yeah.
On demand was streaming before streaming.
It really was.
Yeah, that's true.
This was like pre-Netflix era.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like 2007 through like 2011 ish. when that was like prime time for that.
A little before that too.
I'm baffled.
Bro, the game changed after that shit dropped.
Porn HBO
After I
crazy.
discovered that shit, boy.
You ain't miss shit though.
It really wasn't, unless you like just a horny ass nigga.
Mm-hmm. You ain't had no other way to get no porn. You ain't had no older siblings or something in the house with porn, or uncles or something laid around a little porn. Just wait for HBO late night, or you can hit that on demand.
Bro, you know how hot I was when my parents got rid of the channels?
Man, listen. I can feel you, babe.
Because my stepmom discovered, my stepmom discovered that shit used to come on late, and then she realized, like, this motherfucker got that shit in his room in the basement, bro. Like, hell no. We gotta get rid of this channel, bro. I was hot.
Not my channels. Not my shows.
Like, all the channels you would have in the living room, I had all the bitches in my room, too.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I was like,
that's
so nigga, I was close.
Yeah,
damn, I forgot that used to be a thing where you only had that motherfucker on one TV.
No, I had that bitch in my room, too, bro. You know
I had
how
that
hot I
shit in my
was when they
room,
got
too.
rid of the channels from me.
Shit, you know, he over here waiting for Spike to come on late night so you can see the motherfucking girls going wild, pow titties.
You know what was crazy?
Just move one time, move too fast for the camera.
You know what was crazy during that era? Like, Spike TV, it would just show like pow, whatever, but then it'll be like that one random night to where like somebody like at corporate's probably like, you know what, fuck it, we showing everything.
Yeah, let them say, like, reel them in.
It'll be like one random night where they literally showing everything on the one random channel. It's like the fuck, like I ain't never seen this.
Had to be there.
Spike was 56, wasn't it on Cash?
57.
57? Yeah. 57.
No, like some of the shit I used to see, it used to be when I'm scrolling through on DirecTV through the pay-per-view channels, and that'd be popping up at a certain time when they advertising it heavy, and then they just cycling through the clips like that. I'm like, damn. See, I could work with this a little bit because I ain't have the access.
See, Josh, before they put on pay-per-view and everything, that shit used to come on 1:30 a.m. to like 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm. You had like a little hour-long movies. Then you might have a little 30-minute joints that might come on. But even they still had the pay-per-view because the pay-per-view. No, that's the hardcore.
That's the real.
They
stuff.
fucking.
That was Pornhub before Pornhub had a site.
Yeah, this shit they slow grind down there. It make you mad. Like nigga, do a little separation. I want to see a little coochie. You see no coochie. You don't see no dick either. That's what make it good. You don't see no dick either. You see some nice titties. Yeah. And maybe a little booty cheeks.
The thing about it was like just storyline driven, and then like about three porn scenes that happen, and it's just like, oh, okay. Like when that music hit, you know it's when
that music.
That's why I like
lock in.
That's why I like the Three Witches. They had a good little role play thing with the Three Witches. I don't know, these little three white ladies was getting. They was
Hocus
fucking.
Pocus Part 2.
They was fucking each other and the niggas who they hypnotized.
It's time to lock in. Y'all ever fell asleep with like to y'all TV or whatever, but then like routinely a song will play and it will wake you up out your sleep? Like you will fall asleep to a TV channel, then like a song.
I know what you're talking
What's
about.
that?
I don't think I have.
What is that one show called?
It was
the George show.
George Lopez, bro.
Yes, bro.
Man.
That used to wake me up all the time in the middle of the night, bro.
And you just see him jump in the air. That's a good
It used to be Inuyasha for me, the ending song. Every single time that shit went on. Like I'll be dead
I'll
asleep.
be watching Inuyasha. That was my shit.
Bro, I would like be dead asleep. The next thing you know, I just hear that song start. And all of a sudden, I wake up and I'm turning and look at the TV like, okay, as soon as the song done, I go right back to sleep.
Mine was
Adult Swim had the heat. Those were good times. We used to watch the Boondocks. My mom would be like, y'all better not be watching that. Me and my sister loved the Boondocks.
One of the greatest.
We'd be rolling. She's like, you better not be watching this. Inappropriate. Click. She leaves. Click back.
It really wasn't inappropriate. It was revolutionary.
But at the time, you couldn't be out there like quoting that shit. Like you couldn't.
Me and my friends for sure
Boondocks. So my mom didn't want us watching it, but that shit was funny as hell.
Funny as.
And we would quote it all the time.
Bro, me and my boy for sure was. Me and my boy Robert, we used to be quoting that shit to each other all the time.
It's too good. It's too good.
Yeah. But we just went on a 10-minute rant about that. So
about HBO
we need
porn.
to go on these
subscribe, like.
So I wanted to hit on this. It happened yesterday. Floyd Mayweather did an episode of the Pivot podcast that our pal Simone Biles' boyfriend, that Alisha may know, was on that same podcast.
What's his name?
It's not important here. So Floyd's on there, and he gets asked a question about NBA YoungBoy because his daughter is dating NBA YoungBoy. They got connections and whatnot. So
they got a kid together.
Yeah, that's what I meant by that.
Yeah, but so them like he got a whole ass kid.
They got
small connections.
Yeah,
he is smart.
Networking.
Well, I mean that's basically how he made it seem, bro.
Who?
Go
ahead.
Mayweather. So he gets asked a question, and he pretty much goes, we talk business a lot and and then randomly out of nowhere, he just starts talking about Diddy. And
I didn't understand that transition. I didn't either.
It was so out of left field. I had to watch it back like a few minutes before that just to make sure I wasn't missing something.
You're saying Mayweather did?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather randomly just brings up, start talking about Diddy. He says, I'm not about to speak bad about P. Diddy, but because he's still a black man. Mistakes happen, and I can't say if it was a mistake or not because it's his business. And then it's not my job or anybody's job to go on the internet and stomp and kick a man while he's down. And then he also followed that up by saying, I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it. Speaking on the Diddy stuff that allegedly happened and all that. And even if it happens to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's the decision my daughter made.
Shut up, my nigga, shut up.
Oh, God.
What?
That was my daughter, nigga. Diddy ain't here. If I'm Floyd Mayweather's connection, that's my daughter. Diddy ain't here no more.
So what is wrong with Floyd, bro? 50 Cent thought some shade was being thrown at him because he's been a guy that's been giving updates all the time about anything new that happened with Diddy on Instagram and everything. And he basically coined the phrase, Diddy do it, if y'all heard that.
Nigga 50 so stupid, bro.
And then he posts on Instagram and goes like, yo, like, what is wrong with you, bro? Like, he didn't even ask you about this. And like, he thought it was just about 50. 50 thought it was about him because like, there was no reason for you to bring this up, but you just felt the need to. And talking about like, hey, don't kick and stomp a man while he's down and all this stuff. I don't really have much thoughts about that specifically, but I wanted to get y'all thoughts on what he said.
First, I think 50 reaching. 50 doing what 50 do. He gonna spin it to make it about him. So now you're gonna go back and watch the interview, and when you think about it, you're gonna be like, maybe he is talking about 50 because 50 the only person who blasted him. But you still got other people out here blasting him too still. They just not as prevalent as 50. And I didn't understand that transition. I was kind of lost in the interview. I'm like, did they ask him a question about Diddy or something? Like, because he literally went from talking about the kid in the relationship to talking about that. I'm like, did I miss something? I wonder if was it a bad edit or something?
That's what I was looking, bro. It didn't look like one. And I listened to the audio. That motherfucker was crisp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There was no cuts, nigga. I didn't feel like, bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alisha?
That shit was weird. It was weird. I ain't gonna cap.
Do they have a relationship? Like
who? Diddy and
I would have to
young
assume
boy,
so now.
Diddy and his daughter.
Diddy and Floyd more likely. I would have to assume since he's bringing it up out the blue like that.
So they weren't talking about it at all?
No.
No.
Like that shit came from nowhere, at least.
No.
Do you think it's like low key, like publicity type? Like he's trying to bring them back into the spotlight? Like they got some kind of arrangement? Did you ever think of that?
No.
Because Floyd about his money.
Yeah.
Does he need money from Diddy?
No, but money is money.
This is what the people want the money.
Let's be real.
Just to talk about him on a podcast for a couple minutes?
Let's be real here.
He probably had some. Oh, go ahead.
Floyd's never been the type of nigga that could read the room.
Yeah,
let's be real. He never been the type of nigga that could read the room. Secondly, like even if Diddy your friend, right now is not the time. I mean, like if you gonna stick up for your friend, like my hat's off to you. But this type of shit that he accused of, my nigga, you might want to just like leave it alone. Like you saying I'm not gonna kick another black man down. You know, mistakes happen, nigga. The shit that he's accused of is not a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. It's different if it was like because he's Diddy and he had a domestic violence case. Mm-hmm. Just that single case alone, something like that, lapse of judgment or something like that. He's accused of multiple things and some pretty heinous things. This isn't a mistake, nigga. These are conscious decisions that you made, that you got off with power, that you got off on with power. Goes back to even you look at how Vince McMahon, a lot of the shit and more shit is still coming up about Vince McMahon, and the shit that the Janelle Grant lady apparently is even another lady who said like if she came out with her story about Vince McMahon, it'll make that shit look like nothing.
Like, the tea is hot. No pun intended.
I think why you steaming over there.
I think people people with power like Vince McMahon, like Diddy. I think after you become so successful, so rich, where money and all this shit don't really affect you, the only thing you really can do is have power and control over people to make you feel something. I believe it's power hungry, and I believe that's what it was with it. And you feel invincible. You feel like you can get away with so much of this shit because you've gotten away with so much that it's nothing. Now that shit's coming to the forefront, and you want to be like, yeah, mistakes like. Your friend come out like, yeah, mistakes happen. Everything's like, bro.
It wasn't really like mistakes happen. Because he wasn't trying to justify it at all. He was more so just like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he did it. I don't know if he didn't do it.
Maybe he's just showing support.
Some people out here just going on like damn, they're just bashing him, and we don't really know what the fuck happened.
Now that makes more sense. About 50 Cent, he talking about me because 50 being the only one coming out there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the way Josh was explaining, it made it seem like he's just out of the blue, just started trying to defend Diddy. It's like, bro, I'm not saying Diddy did it, but the shit that you accuse of, these are some pretty heinous things and some pretty specific things that is kind of like make me raise my eyebrow at you. Like, it's one thing if you're like, oh yeah, Diddy did this, Diddy did that, and it was like, no, it's details behind this shit that's just like. For you, somebody to tell a lie but go into this excruciating detail of things, it's like it's a little strange because there's a lot of different stories from people in the industry that corroborate a lot of the characteristic that Diddy displays, and a lot of those things end up manifesting in really ugly ways, like were stated in the lawsuit before they settled it. And that there were a few thoughts that were popping through my head. About it. One was, it felt like because the allegations are so strong against him, it felt like he was trying to not allow for accountability to be taken on Diddy because he's a black man, and we don't want to kick and stomp a black man when he's down, even though there's some semblance of a track record of bad behavior and doing wrong by people. And on top of that, the thoroughness of these allegations, it makes it so we're trying to dismiss accountability from people. And that just, I feel like that causes us to become really stagnant in our communities because we allow stuff like this to fall by the wayside. And it kind of felt like Mayweather was perpetuating that same type of idea to me. That was one of the thoughts I had when I saw it. Then the other one with the shit about his daughter, I'm like, are you for real, brother? Are you serious? Basically trying to, like, hey, she got to take some blame for that. When are we going to stop using, because this person's a black man or a black woman, we can't hold people accountable. Yeah. I get not demeaning a person.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He never said he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions. He never said that wasn't his intention.
I'm not saying Floyd specifically, but a lot of people use that as a crutch to try to defend people. And I'm like, trust me, I get it. I don't believe in like degrading a person, especially our own people, because that's what holds us back. But at the same time, we got to be able to hold it like. Our people, we don't like being held accountable publicly. I think that's our biggest downfall.
But that is the thing. And a lot of people think it's not about holding somebody accountable. It's how we hold people accountable is the issue. It's not holding people accountable because them people, they still want justice and stuff for them people, but it's how we hold the people accountable because the big thing is at no other race publicly lashes their people like we do.
But no other race is as blatantly out in the public as we are with our shit.
But that's the thing. We do that, though.
Yeah.
It's on us.
So if we're going to be blatantly out there with our shit, then we got to recommend us, like, blatantly out there with our shit.
But when you say not blatantly, like, you talking about, like, with, like, allegations, or what are you talking about when you say
in general?
But we're not the only people out in front of the cameras,
I was about to say.
I'm not saying we're not the only ones, but we're prevalent with it. We're more, like, we steal the scene in whatever we're in. I'm not saying specifically movies or anything like that, but, like, whatever field that our people are in, the spotlight is on us. Majority of the time.
But it's not because we want the spotlight on us, though. It's because they put, some people do.
A lot of the people do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They want the accolades.
So
they want the
what I'm trying to say basically is if we're
that's what everybody else do, though.
If our people, I'm not saying like everybody's doing this, but let's just say one specific person is out here blatantly doing some wrong shit. Mm-hmm. And they're of our people, and they're blatantly doing it, and they've been warned. People have tried to talk to them, things like that, and they just keep doing it. Then when they fuck up, why don't we try to, like, people would be like, why are we doing this publicly? No, we've tried to have the private conversations.
But that's what they said with the other races, though. Even when they have the private conversations, when it come time for the lashing, they take them behind the shit. They don't do it in front of the whole crowd.
I hear what you're saying,
but I don't see any other race fucking up like how we fuck, or
because they don't show us
being our biggest downfall. Like, for example, hip hop. For example, I feel like hip hop is the only genre of music that like take beefs that's, I'm not saying street shit, but like shit that's not that deep, and they make them deeper than what they need to be. We're like the only genre of music that people are like dying crazily by just being killed by our own people. Mm-hmm. You don't hear other like singers or other genres of music, people having beef to where it's violent as hell that it gets to. That's cause, or other people trying to hold other people back from their careers, or I can't fuck with you because this person that I'm kind of cool with don't fuck with you, so I'm gonna keep like. I just
don't know that happened. It's the violent part. It don't happen. But I don't fuck with them, so I'm gonna hold them back. That shit happen with white people. The violent part I get. But also, who is behind electing these people or signing these people? It's not black people signing these people.
That's true.
Yeah.
More recently it is.
I had this thought the other day. I feel like because we set the culture for everything, our people, what we make is cool becomes cool to the world. I feel like because we make the gangster life and the street life look so cool, that's what all the kids and everything want to do. I feel like our entertainers, our athletes, our top of the line people that kids look up to have to change the standard. And it has to start with young people. It can't start with like people in their 30s going into their 40s. They got to have 20-year-olds. They got to set the standard. They got to switch it. We can't glorify the street life and everything. We got to glorify a different lifestyle in order for the generations behind them to come up and be like, okay, this is how I'm supposed to carry myself. I feel like that's the only way we're going to be able to help our generation for real.
I think another thing too that I was thinking that while you were saying it, ego, I feel plays a big part in that too. So our egos get inflated, and it gets to the point that we feel we can do no wrong. So then when people call us out and have genuine criticism of us, we don't see it as that, oh, they're just hating. They don't know what I got going on. Because they can read they can read a room and what you're doing and understand that the problems that it can cause, and they bring these up to you, and you just completely dismiss them because you feel as though you're above that. I feel like that's where part of it stems from. It may not manifest itself in that way intentionally every time, but I feel like that's the root of a lot of the problems.
Goes back to that power. The power.
No,
once you get that power and shit, bro.
That's just for people in general, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for real.
People don't like hearing about themselves.
In general.
People don't like hearing about themselves until they grow and mature. As long as I'm in this immature mindset, bro, what you saying to me ain't gonna register to me, bro.
Yeah, no, especially if I'm winning. with this
If
money.
I'm up, if I'm up.
That's another thing back to the whole public thing. I'm being glorified and rewarded for all the wrong shit that when I fuck up, now everybody's like, we supposed to be quiet about it. It's like, bro, I'm not saying we have to degrade you, but we got to hold you accountable public. Because the message we giving you isn't necessarily just for you. Mm-hmm. The message that I'm giving you has to be given to the people that's following behind you. And that's why I said the younger, the people, the young rappers coming up, or the young athletes, or the young moguls for our community, they have to they have to set the standard, because all the kids aren't going to look at they might idolize LeBron James right now, but LeBron James is 38, about to be 39. Who they going to like more, LeBron or Ja Morant?
Ja.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
They got to set the standard, but I don't know how we fix it. But if whatever young generation that's popping at the moment, they're going to be the one that's setting the standard for the next generation behind them.
True. Yeah.
I don't know how good it's going to get in these next 15, 20 years.
It's going to be a change.
It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. We got to lose it.
We got the worst. Our generation was the one that was setting our generation started the worst.
There's gonna be a new worst, is what I'm telling you.
Nah.
Like, it's bad now.
We gonna damn near lose a whole generation before it get better.
I think we're the lost generation if you look at how people act about everything in the world right now.
I think it's really starting to become
we
had a little grasp. This next generation that's coming up really don't get a grasp. They really in limbo. The generation that's gonna come behind them is gonna be the one that's gonna be lost.
I agree with that.
I think generations between, I would say probably 98. No, I'll tell you that. 2000 to 2010 babies are the ones that's
what's the ones I say in limbo.
Yeah, but we set the standard for them, and that's the thing. Drill music came popping. That's our generation, and that set the standard for all these drill rappers, all these like killings and all this shit, the street shit. Like the street shit back in the day before our generation, or even our probably like a couple years before us, they dealt with everything with their fists. And if somebody pulled a gun, everybody's like, all right, now we going too far. Or they handle shit like, man, our generation and kind of on down, people really stopped fighting like that and just start picking up.
So I don't know if I can get with you in that.
I can't, because our mama and
them early they used to pop off easily.
In the 90s, niggas used to be shooting in the 90s.
They were killing people.
They were, but our generation took it further than they did.
I would say,
and that's what I mean by that. Like,
a better argument to your point would be from the educational system standpoint, and how children are being raised, and how the lack of parenting is causing different problems in the children, from their lack of respect for adults, their lack of proper education. Like, I've seen teachers and stuff all over that say they got kids in the 7th grade that are reading at a 4th grade level, and they're behind in these different subjects. And due to the pandemic and the effects that had, and its altered attendance and everything like that all over the country. So those types of problems is why I feel it's either going to be this one that's right behind us, or the one right after that, like Mondo was saying, because the lack of education is going to bleed over into so many more problems that is going to be unreal. And then add on top of that AI and how you can make and fake everything by giving it a few words, man. Like, we are trending toward a very dark place. You think we're lost now, my nigga?
I feel like
I'm telling you, bro.
I feel like we were the tip of the iceberg. We were the experiment, the very beginning. We were experiment 1 of this whole thing.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's gonna be a new worst. Give it 10 years,
because
bro.
like what you said about us, not like the generation not respecting adults and everything, bro. Kids in our fucking grade was purposely trying to get teachers to quit. They was acting bad on purpose to get motherfuckers to
we got our school shut down. Nigga heard them shutting the school down first year open. Like, fuck these kids.
Getting the school shut down is crazy.
That's how bad shit got. Wild. Like, I feel like our generation was the experiment going on down.
I feel like we were like phase 3 of the experiment.
How many phases are there?
It was like 2 phases before us. think we like phase
how many?
3.
I'm saying how many more you think?
How many more I think that's going to happen? If we're phased, I think it probably. Oh shit! I think about it. I want to say about a 6 or 7. About a 6, 7 phase. Because you got the one underneath us. That's phase 4. Then you got the one that's coming underneath them. That's watching them. Phase 5. Then you got 2 more. Phase 6 is going to be the darkest one.
We went down this long ass rabbit hole because of Diddy and Floyd.
We're like, now we're in phase 6.
I didn't know what we were going to talk about before we got on here. I was actually thinking about like stuff about like our next generation growing up after us and the kids and stuff. So I had notes. So a lot of that stuff I was saying, I had already written down.
So it just naturally went this way though. But yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to hit this one topic you had about, do parents deserve respect just because they're your parents?
Bro, I swore we talked about I thought we talked about this.
I did too. But I say yes.
I think we did.
I think we did. It was a minute ago though. But I think we did.
I'm having crazy deja vu right now.
No, when he texted, I said, I think we talked about that one time. But what's our take still?
Only reason I thought of that because I don't know if y'all seen the whole Logic clip that's been going around where he had his dad on his podcast and he basically was degrading his dad the whole time he's on there.
Like recently?
Yeah.
What you mean by degrading? What he was doing?
What?
Like, so Logic had a tough childhood growing up. Like his mom used to be cussing him out, like, you know, he's mixed or whatever. So his mom used to call him the hard R word a lot. And then his dad wasn't like really, it was in and out of his life. His dad was on drugs heavy.
Wait, Logic's dad is black?
Which? Who's white?
Yeah, you know his dad was black? He black.
Oh, damn.
Logic was black?
No, I knew that.
I just didn't know what the combo was. Not that
I didn't know which one was
but
which.
okay.
So apparently, this is just me gathering news based off hearing other people talk about it. Apparently, he was on Logic had his dad on there. His dad texted him and asked him for $850,000.
Goddamn, Dad.
Logic ain't been on the scene in a minute. He got that.
So Logic basically was having a therapy session with his dad via his podcast, but really it was just him like telling his dad about himself. But you could tell it was like the way he was going about it, the emotions he held on to from a kid started to come out and go at his dad. And people were saying like his dad really was just sitting there like, nigga, when you give me the money? He
was on the podcast though?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that.
So people have been shitting on Logic recently because like, you know, everybody's like, this type of conversation you have with your dad is the type of conversation that the public don't need to see. Because really you just getting off like a bunch of pent up frustration you had and resentment towards your dad that you're getting off via the podcast. It basically came off like Logic got tired of like his family embarrassing him, so he wanted to embarrass him.
Well,
that's how people described it. And I heard somebody say like, you know, at the end of the day, that's still your parent. Like you got to respect them. Like even if he was in your life, you still got to respect him. So I'm just like,
that's what I'm saying. I got to see the interview to see that he actually disrespected him, because if he's only telling his truth, that ain't disrespecting your parent.
And they both adults.
I think people just don't like Logic, so that's why people like.
I had to see the interview. I'll go back and watch it.
But at the same, do y'all think just because they are your parent that they deserve respect?
That's a tough question for me because I have a very strained relationship with my dad. But what I will say is they deserve a baseline level of respect. And depending on your relationship with your parent, it can be, I love them to death, I'll do anything for them, or that's my father. I just so happen, like, I came out his balls, so
pause.
You know.
Ain't no pause.
Hey, yo.
Came out his balls.
Literally.
He's running, jiggling,
so with my dad, it wasn't even a lot of stuff growing up that he really did that threw me the wrong way. It was a lot of later on in life when he was living with me and I wasn't living with him. But he was a lot older at this point. But a lot of the things that he would do would, to any other person, be just blatantly disrespectful on the highest order. So I smoke weed. he would steal my weed from my room while I'm at work. So I'd have stuff in the grinder, and he'd go in there, he'd take it. I'm like, where my shit at? He's like, oh yeah, I just, you know what I'm saying, got me a little. Now, mind you, when I grind up, I grind up a lot, and then when I come back, it's all gone. It's not a little bit gone. The whole thing is gone. And it happened multiple times, and it's not like I confronted him the first time it happened, and then it would keep happening. So just disrespectful stuff like that, where I was like, oh, you don't care what I have to say. You're just going to do it just because you feel like it. And that skewed my relationship a lot, along with a whole bunch of other stuff I'm not going to get into. But just those different types of things, and it made it so I lost a ton of respect for him to the point where, like, oh, he's a human being. He deserves that level of respect. But outside of that, you get nothing else from me, really. So that's where I'm like, I get it. But at the same time, it's, when people do you wrong, whether it's blood or not shouldn't matter as much. That's really.
I say, yeah, I still stand on it. They deserve respect. Unless it's like some wild ass shit that happened to you. Like they didn't try to R-word you or some shit like that. Like, yeah, I can see that. But really, they ain't really tried to kill you or do nothing else. I got cousins who mamas been on crack and everything else and then did the kids vote. And the level of respect they still show their mama and stuff to this day and they didn't forgave her for. I admire that shit, for real. I ain't gonna lie. I just feel like your parents deserve that respect because your ass could have been in the toilet. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how involved your parent is in your life, but I personally think respect is earned.
Thank you.
Parent or not parent.
I don't know. I'm iffy on it too. Like the more I feel like it's such a loaded question, or such a loaded thing to think. Like, because really you can only judge it off how your parents was raised you, or if you know somebody else's story, you kind of really judge it. But most of the time you just judge it off like your experience. And I mean, did I have the greatest life? No. Do I regret anything about it? No. I mean, obviously, as a person, you think like your parents probably could have done some stuff differently or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like you're still your parents. And I just look at it like me being mad about a situation. Does that change anything? Or me confronting them about the situation, does it change anything? And if it doesn't, then why hold on to it?
Maybe they don't know. They could just be blindly like, oh, he respects me, he loves me. Like, my kid thinks I'm the best until you sit and be like, hey, yo, just so you know. There's some, because
I feel like a lot of people, including parents, when they know they did wrong and they know that you know that they did wrong, unless you bring it up, I ain't about to talk about this shit because I don't want to have to live this shit down again. I don't want to have to talk about it. I don't want to because a lot of people can't stand dealing with the shit that they did.
It's the shame of it.
Yeah, so, see that I can't respect. Like if you did something to me and I'm trying to express it to you and like, especially if you're trying to have a relationship with me and you're not gonna give it the time of day.
Yeah, you refuse to be accountable.
I'm gonna give you like a certain base level of respect, but it's never gonna get to that true level, whatever level that you think is like parent and kid respect. I guess
it's
base level. It's still respect.
Yeah. You still gonna get a little bit of something.
I mean, it's not that. It's
either respect or no respect.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's not that they don't want to be accountable, because at the end of the day, it still is. You don't want to be accountable of it, but I know what I did was wrong. Yeah. And I'm ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Please don't bring this to me, because I don't.
But what about how it affected me? What about how it affected your child?
Brought them into the world.
Yeah.
We didn't choose to be here.
But it's a human trait to know that you did wrong
and just be
ashamed of it. And if somebody bring it to you, to not want to do it. it takes a strong person, a mature person, to be able to sit there and be like, okay, let me hear you out.
Yeah.
And
Somebody I would respect.
keep myself in check.
And you can still work through it with not talking to, unless you gotta tell them about it to get over it. But shit, you can go to therapy, and there's a whole bunch of other outlets you can go to work through that trauma and stuff. It's up to you. Once you reach a certain age, no matter what the fuck your mama and daddy did to you, it's on you.
You don't need their validation, really.
Real quick. So about like whether it's respect or not, I feel like there's different types of respect. There's the respect like, oh, you're a human being. I'm not going to treat you less than a human being.
Like the level human
is deserved
decency.
to be treated.
Yeah.
And then there's type of respect that I would have for like my friends or like my wife or different things of that nature. Like the type of respect that I have, if you tried to talk to me, you would think I'm being disrespectful to you.
You can't judge the respect on your parents off the ones you have for like friendships or relationships or whatever, because that's different kind of relationships and it's different levels of respect there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
That's what I'm saying. It's either respect or not respect.
I can't base my relationship with my parents based off my relationship with you. You my homeboy, but those are the motherfuckers who like raised me. So
I mean, obviously, there's not an exact correlation to it, but the types of respect that you would have for somebody that you've been best friends for 10, 15 years.
No, I get what you're saying.
I would feel that it's in a similar realm than to the relationship that you have with your parents in terms of the level of respect, not the relationship dynamic. Those are different things.
I get what you mean with it. I get what you mean by it, and I understand what you mean. But the way I look at like the respect I have for my parents, and then the respect I have for like friendships or like friends I've had for years, it's so different that I feel like I can't even put them together. And that might be just a me thing, but like there's things my friends can do that my family can't do. There's things that my family can do that my friends can't do. And it's like it's a respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested to hear an example, because like, and it means that they can't not be your family anymore, because I mean, they can't not.
That's not what I mean. But like, if it's family drama going down and shit like that, unless you my boy to the point where you cool my family treating you like family, this don't involve you.
Shit, you know they do treat you like family.
I can't really allow you to have like, especially if it's something major. If it's like a major situation, I can't allow you to sit here and try to like disrespect a family issue.
Okay.
I see what you're saying though. Like as far as the levels, there is levels to it. Because
or I can't have my homeboy like talk shit about my mom's or my dad comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if my parents put me through a fucked up situation, I'm venting to you like, damn, that's fucked up what they did to you, bro. Like, how in the world could she do that? How in the world could he do that? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I can deal with that. But you blatantly like, man, your mom a fucking bitch, bro. Your mom did, you stepping out of line.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's valid. I feel like it's situational.
But that's them being disrespectful.
Yeah, like.
But in their head, they're not. They're defending you.
Like, they could be just talking like that's just how they talk or whatever. It's just like, you can't, it's different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. We are making good points here.
Or, better yet, respect for elders versus respect for friends. It's two different respects. Might be same levels, but same thing. And that's how I look at the difference between parents and friendships.
Yeah, but some people just don't have that relationship with their parents. Some people just, their friends are their family. They don't have that. Yeah. So I can understand why they would have a different level of respect for them over parents. Like, even some people don't even have the same respect for each parent equally. And I can understand that as well. Like, some parents are held in higher regards than compared to the other parent, if you know what I mean.
Listen, I know a little kid who's, I ain't gonna give away too many details, but she's young. And she should have told me, like, you know, one of my parents don't like me.
Oh.
And comprehending it at a very young age.
Yeah.
But
I was sick when I heard
fact that, like,
that's sad.
She can comprehend that at this age is crazy. And then you can ask her, like, who told you this? Like, she did.
Damn.
And I want to...
yeah, that's jarring.
Because I don't even know if we really arguing respect at this point. I think we're arguing levels of treatment.
I mean, that's how you get respect.
No, because that's Yeah. Depending on how you treat somebody is how they're going to respect you, in my personal opinion.
Respect is the end result.
No.
Treatment is part of the solution to the equation.
I'm not saying how they treat you. I'm saying like how we're treating them. Like you're saying you give certain people a level of respect. Is it not? Because I don't know. Because I just look at respect like it's you respect them or you don't. How you treat a person. I may give you these special treatments, but I might not give them this special treatment. But I still respect them. Yeah, like we're arguing level of treatment. I don't know, because y'all got levels. I do it as either I respect you or I don't. How I treat you is something different. I may treat one person better. I may not treat you as good as I treat you, but I'm not going to treat you bad. But they just have earned enough for me to go out my way for this person. So the level of treatment I may give them may be higher than I give you. But I'm not saying I don't respect you. It's just the bond me and this person have. They earned this.
This is going to sound messed up, but this is what I think of because I'm a dog owner and I love my dogs. I think of it like a dog. And like, say a dog has two parents. Mm-hmm. The dog, clearly, they call it like the alpha of the pack, is going to, I feel like, listen and like tone in more to the one person. I feel like it's kind of like that. Like the more that you're doing and the more it's like the way that you're building our relationship and that you like, that's how I view respect. Like how I respect you, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like the effort and the work that you're putting in to be like a better person and your relationship with me is going to earn more of my respect. If that makes sense.
I think as a parent, you have to you can't be just straight discipline. You have to.
You gotta add the extra sprinkle shit.
Life lessons, fun times, all these things. You gotta be present for your kid in order to be respected. I feel like if you want, because there are parents out here who don't deserve respect. People will ask me, or people who don't have kids, and they hear about like if I have a kid, they're like, I'm scared to have a kid, like. I'm scared of being a bad parent. I always just say, like, if you put yourself before your kid, you're a bad parent. If you never put yourself before your kid, you can never be a bad parent. Because if you never put yourself before your kid, there's nothing you wouldn't do, and there's nothing that your kid, nothing that your kid wouldn't have that they would need. If you put your kid before yourself. If I'm starving and my kid's starving, but I only got enough to get one person food, why the fuck am I gonna eat and let this little man starve? If my kid need clothes, but I want to go out this weekend, why would I go out this weekend instead of make sure he got the shit he needs?
Mm-hmm. Some of y'all got that messed up. Other way.
If my kid, like Kingston, for example, he has a bunch of energy or whatever, and Kayla had to work late. I didn't want to go to his ninja class, but he needed to go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I could have been selfish and just came home and just been like, okay, we ain't going today. But I'm like, nah, he really enjoyed ninja class. Let me go ahead. Suck up this however long it's going to be and just play with him there. Have fun doing it. Or tomorrow I got to take him to his swim class. I really don't want to go to his fucking swim class, but it's not for me. It's for him. If you put yourself before your kid, you're a bad parent.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I'm not saying you can't have a life. You can't go have fun. You can't go do your own thing or anything like that.
Make sure your kid is good first.
Yeah. If you make sure your kid has the stuff out, because kids ain't gonna get everything they want. That's
exactly.
Just
they got all the shit they
if
need.
your kid has everything they need, they fed, they clothed, they bathe, they got a house over their head, they got everything that they need. Yeah, go ahead, go enjoy yourself. You done did everything you need to do. Go ahead, go enjoy your break. Whatever you choose to do, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm not having no kids. I'm going out in these streets and I'm buying myself whatever I want. Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids. I respect parents so much. Those are people I respect like a little more, especially like I think of like my coworker because she has technically 4 kids. She has a set of twins too. And I just think about like I be stressed out at work and like doing this and that. I got to do these 20 errands after work and then get home. And then she does that, but then she goes home to kids. And they're all like under the age of like 10. Maybe under that. And I have a lot of respect for parents.
You adapt. that's just what it is. You either sink or swim. You either be a bad parent, good parent.
That's what they said. They're like, you just do it. You
just figure it out when you go.
That's
There's no handbook in parenting because every kid is different. It's just you figure it out.
Got to. For the sake of them.
I got respect for y'all. Heavy. Heavy.
So next topic that Clay want to talk about with the pet owner versus non-pet owners. Oh, yeah. I'm curious where you're going with this one. I think I know.
Because I just told Mondo and Joshua. Well, I just told Mondo about it when he fucking got here. That shit drove me crazy. Like, I was just so distraught the other day.
This some shit Alisha probably do.
Kayla fucking fed her cat off her fork and then put the fork in her mouth. And I straight up lost my shit. And
okay. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Don't do Kayla like this. She had I'm not taking Kayla's side. I'm a start there. I'm gonna start there.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start there and I'm gonna end it real quick. She said she forgot that she fed him with the fork. Now I'm ending it. I'm ending it right there. Now, why is she feeding this cat with a fork? I hear you asking. I hear y'all thinking.
I know. I asked the person.
There's no reason.
I hate when pets are begging.
Same.
I understand.
No, same.
I understand pets are gonna beg, especially dogs. But as long as there's like a 3 feet in between, I'm cool with. The moment they like all up on you and everything, that shit drives me fucking crazy. Kayla's cat is literally like when whatever she eat, her cat literally like this on her.
Oh hell no!
Trying to eat. That shit drive me crazy. When Sway come up to her, she be moving him the fuck out the way. But that cat, that shit drive me crazy. So normally what she do, I told her it's almost to a point to where I'm like, I go eat in a room, you can eat on the couch because these motherfuckers are in your face and drives me insane.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Normally what she do, she'll feed her cat like whatever she's eating. After she's done eating whatever, before she go throw it away, she'll feed him like whatever, a little bit off the plate. She gave him that or something. Then she was trying to do something else, but still had the fork in her hand. So she put it in her mouth to go do that. And when she did that, I'm like, bro, did you just put this fucking fork in your mouth after you fed him? And she looked at me like, oh my God, I forgot. And she's like laughing. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I got up and started banging on Josh's door. Like, yo. I'm like, bro, we live.
Eat off the cat fork is crazy.
I literally told Josh, I'm like, bro, we live with 4 fucking animals in this place. Josh said, I'm like, bro, can't we let her cat eat off the fork and put it in her mouth? And she's like, that's rude as hell. You calling me a fucking animal? I'm like, you are an animal. Like, then she starts trying to kiss him. I'm like, bro, fuck, no, get the fuck off me. I was literally so distraught. I'm like, Mondo's like, it's expected. And I'm like, bro, like, in the last 6 years,
you know, Caucasians sometimes,
kissing their dogs.
I be forget Kayla's white sometimes. You know, she kind of blend in when y'all got the family and everything, the little unit.
She was white.
That's off. Don't do her like that. She Lebanese.
she foreign.
She's a shade of
she
white.
Got that foreign.
Hey, listen, on the census, it's only white.
But anyway, in 6 years, I've never seen her do that. So her actually, like, I even told her before. She was giving Kingston a bath one day. Then she like, Sway, you need a bath. I literally told her, do not put that fucking dog in this bath with Kingston.
Hell no.
And she was like, I'm not that white. Like, come on. Like, I'm like,
that's the line.
Literally,
that's the line.
Same day, one of her coworkers sent her a picture of her daughter and her dog in the bath together and everything.
That's disgusting.
I'm like, that shit's disgusting. So the fact that Kayla, like, I thought I was in the clear, and she fucking put some fork in her mouth. And I'm just like, bro,
once in a while, she gotta have a white moment, Clay. It's gonna happen. So it's in her genes.
The reason for the topic.
It's in her genes.
Can't help it, man. God.
The reason for the topic is like, I feel like black people good black owners treat animals treat pets like pets. I feel like white people treat their animals better than they treat their own children.
That's a fact, bro. Dog, I saw this. I saw this one TikTok, and it was talking about this exact thing. And it was this guy, it was a black guy and a black girl that were talking about it, and they were talking about how the act to, I don't know all the exact details, but against like harming animals and all the different stuff, it got passed like in the 1960s. and stuff to protect black people and everything also got passed in the 1960s. So as soon as that happened, right after we started doing the shit with the dogs, like, hey, no, just right after we got respect, the pets got respect. That was basically the premise of the whole thing.
Pets been had respect.
The pets get more respect than we do.
No, that's facts.
Bro, you get more time for killing a dog than you do a black man.
Oh, man, Michael Vick's career never going to be the same. Still.
Never was the same.
Not even that, like...
Wow.
Or white people treat... Like, black people, they'll buy their dog their own bed and everything. They'll hook them up a little food. You know, I'm cooking dinner. I cooked a little bit too much chicken. Let me chop up some chicken, put it in a bowl and everything.
Yeah.
Let him go ahead and eat. But when we eating dinner, you stay over there. You vibe, like, you set ground rules and everything. Yeah. You don't let them get on the furniture or anything like that. White people let these motherfuckers get in their baths with them or they kids. They let them get in their bed. They kiss them in the mouth. They eat off the same ice cream cone. They do all. It's like, bro, what the hell? Then I feel like also they say, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's. And I just feel like that's just something white people made up to justify their actions. Like this.
Where's the data?
Because that shit is disgusting.
Where are the y'all got the stats for everything else around this motherfucker.
Because dogs will literally eat their own shit, cat
they
shit,
ass.
other people's shit. But they mouth cleaner than ours. The motherfuckers ain't ever used no Listerine.
They got a cleaning chemicals in their mouth.
Cleaning chemicals.
That clean their mouth.
It was just a freaky...
That make them not get sick.
It was just a freaky ass nigga that was getting freaky with his dog and somebody caught him. And he's like, no, I'm a scientist. And
trying to see how clean the dog mouth is.
I was studying. Actually, their mouths are cleaner than our mouths. Like, he's trying to... Then he told that to a dumb motherfucker who then told some other dumb motherfuckers. Now, like, people believe it. Yeah, scientists told me this.
Greatest game of telephone ever invented. Hey, niggas really bought into that.
Really, it was a nigga getting freaky with his dog, and that's what it was. It's the same nigga who invented milk.
Yep.
You're so
freaky ass nigga.
Oh God, that's freaky.
Cow udders.
Because bro, like, what in the world made you think?
What these do?
What in the world made you think like, oh, you know what? Let me go drink another animal's milk instead of the human milk. That's why motherfuckers are lactose intolerant, because we're not supposed to be drinking that milk.
Everybody's technically lactose intolerant.
But did you ever think, besides that, that like there was like a great famine going on and they really needed something to drink, so they just like the babies that like didn't have, like the moms didn't have enough nutrition to produce milk, so they were like, oh, cows produce milk, let's try it.
No,
I want to know how they discovered that.
No, I think when mothers were stopped producing milk, the baby was then old enough to just drink water.
Yeah.
No, I think there's like they need nutrition and stuff. They don't just like,
but
naturally breastfeed easily.
But cow milk don't have no nutrition in it for real for us.
So what freaky ass?
It's got a little something to keep.
That's what I'm saying. Like, literally in my head,
that's the whole propaganda of it, Alisha.
They
got you to drink it just so they can push it, because they need.
But they used it for a lot of stuff. Didn't they use it for like butter and stuff? Isn't there milk? There's milk.
Bro, you can use breast milk for that shit, bro. You can use some of that shit.
Yeah, it's used in all different kind of ways, Alisha. But we don't really supposed to be consuming it at all.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think so. But I think it was just
nigga saw cow udders. It was like, let me get a taste of that.
Dog, they go and squeeze this shit. They're like,
oh, squeezing it. That nigga went put his mouth on that shit. Bro.
No,
Sam, go get the bucket. Like niggas getting to work.
Taste it.
Might have been something. Well, yeah, he might have wanted to suck on something. So,
that's what it was.
Got a whole bunch of little dicks on it.
The hairy ass udder.
These little nipples.
The stinky hairy udder.
Tell you what freaky ass nigga.
Massage that udder,
bro. It's so many. It's like a lot of shit in this world that was discovered.
Squeeze
that's
them
just
udders.
freaky as hell.
Yeah. Every time I think of a cow udder, I think about the SpongeBob episode when he had to go to he was trying to go to the what the fuck was that? When they was trying to catch the bus, but they could never catch the bus.
Yeah,
and they was like fucking.
When he went to rock bottom.
Rock bottom. They was trying to get him.
Get up, ticket.
And they had the little glove thing. I think about that every time. I don't know why. But
does it look like some udders?
It do look like some udders. I think about that SpongeBob episode every time.
All right, y'all. That's going to do it for this week.
Damn, that's the episode? Listen, like it flew past.
Because we was on that Diddy topic and all that shit for so long.
What the?
It just flowed. It's a nice flow.
Well, what's y'all encouraging words?
Don't blame women for everything. It's not always their fault. Don't drag it.
When it's heavy flow, let it go. When it's light rain, give it pain.
Okay. All right.
If you know, you know.
Oh, I know. And I'm like, no.
There's no wrong with a little light rain.
The dogs sleep in the bed.
Of course,
That's
I
disgusting.
do. Say that.
That's disgusting. The motherfuckers roll around dirt all day. Then let me hop in your bed. Fellas, put that toe in your mouth.
I fuck with that.
I'd rather put a udder.
Man, hey, that's gonna have to do. I'm Jay Smooth, man. Get me out of here.
Oh, Amondo.
Alisha A.
Go ahead, Chetser. Shout it out.
Peace out, man.